We got the election coming up soon. What is the actual election date? When is the U.S. election? November 5th. I probably should have known that off the top of my head. I probably should have needed to Google that. Wow, we're getting real close to this election, bro. I really don't know what's about to happen. I genuinely don't know. Some of the ads that they've been making because really I think from what I understand, what I've seen, Kamala Harris's campaign, they are the most worried about getting male voters to come out and vote for Kamala. And they have been putting together some of the cringiest ads that I have ever seen. I'm like, dude, who is making the decisions over there? How in the fuck did anybody think that this was a good idea? I mean, it's actually pretty embarrassing. I'd be curious to see Kamala on the Joe Rogan podcast. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, to be honest with you, but I feel like sitting there for like an hour and a half with Joe Rogan, some of the interviews I've seen her do on TV, the 60 Minutes was a train wreck. They edited the hell out of it to make it sound coherent. Everybody's really upset about that, which I agree. I think you can't chop it up that much. I mean, that just seems unfair. And then you got Trump sitting at his rally for like 45 minutes just listening to music. From what I understand in the comments, he was a lot of people. Kamala like quote tweeted and said like, "Are you okay?" But apparently 2 people needed medical attention in the crowd. I don't know what's true and what's not. See, you know, for all the reasons why people hate Elon Musk, I know I still don't agree with a lot of decisions he's made with X.com. But the community notes have been nice to see. Community notes kind of help verify whether the story is real or not. Because, you know, a lot of people say that the last election and the last 2 elections were heavily affected by like misinformation. Like China and Russia were like skewing Facebook results to get certain people elected. But I feel like the era of misinformation is still like running rampant entirely all over the internet. You really don't know what's true and what's not. And the way that these algorithms really tailor, if you watch a couple videos or you engage with a couple tweets, all of a sudden that your timeline is like full left or full right from a political standpoint. There is just a lot going on in the world today. And it's concerning that we're going to be making a very important decision as a nation, as a country. And I don't think either candidate is like the perfect fit. I know. I make a lot of like right-wing conservative jokes towards the left because I do think that some of the things that go on over there are batshit insane. But I do think some of the things that happen over on the right are batshit insane too. Like I really do feel like I'm kind of independent, but I don't know, brother. I think it's all nonsense, bro. I just hate politicians in general. We're talking politics already. I mean, bro, I'm probably not the most and well-equipped to have like political conversation on stream, but I'll tell you what, some of the people that do work in politics or some of the people that I see commenting on politics, I'm like, I don't go around looking at people comparing themselves to me and whether I'm better than them or smarter than them or more important than them. But some of the things that I do see, I'm like, holy fuck, you should not be voting. This is not a person that should be making a decision for anybody. They can't even make decisions for themselves and their families. I'm like, oh my God, we're fucked. There's good parts of a democracy, but this might be one of those things that they did not think of. Like that person should not be voting. I don't know, bro. The whole thing is scary. The whole thing's fucking terrifying. But I think right now people have Trump in the lead. Who knows, though? I got no idea what's going on. I will be staying up late on election night to see what happens, though. But I think, from what I understand, like, unless it's like a landslide, we won't really know who's president until like the next couple days because of the mail-in ballots and stuff like that. I don't know. All I know is it's going to be a shit show, bro. If you thought your timeline was filled with all these politics leading up to the election, it's going to be fucking crazy for the weeks and months following the election. Let's bring up a tricky subject. Should there be requirements to hold the power to vote? Maybe a GED or something? Dude, I'm not challenging that question. I'm not challenging that at all. I'm staying away from that one. We need to get off politics before things escalate. I don't know, jokey joke. Why not escalate it, bro? Fuck it. You know, a couple months back when I would do just chatting, I'd sit here for a couple hours and just bullet with the boys. My viewership would be sky high. Lately, the just chatting, I think, has been getting a little dry for people. I don't think I'm doing a good enough job for you folks because the viewership is in a very different place than it was. And you would think if I'm streaming consistently, viewership would go up, not down. I'm not saying it's been down. We've had a great, healthy amount of viewers in the chats, but the last couple of weeks and months have been a little different than they were, which I think it might be because of school and shit like that, but who knows? I can't imagine being on one of these schedules that, like Trump, he's 80 years old, 80-something years old. That man is going to rallies, just talking to people all day. Fuck that. No, thank you. Cedric Tumblewood with a gifted sub tier 1. Thank you, brother.